What shape are you in?
Both in acute pain. What about Dixie?
Fast IV and some atropine.
For 6 seasons and a series of TV movies, we rode along with Squad 51, held our breath during every rescue, and knew the voices of Rampart General by heart. We watched Johnny Gage and Roy DeSoto pull victims from wrecks, race into danger, and deliver life-saving care with a calm that defined heroism for a generation. The show felt real because, in many ways, it was. But some of the most unbelievable moments from Emergency were not just TV magic. Behind the scenes, the show was so realistic, it actually helped influence real-world emergency procedures. And today we're uncovering 15 surprising facts that may change the way you see this groundbreaking series forever. And if you love classic TV, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now, let's answer the call. Number 1. The rescues were based on real incidents. So, creator Robert Sinider had one strict rule. Every rescue had to come from a real event. So writers dug through actual fire department logbooks from stations across the country looking for strange, dramatic, and sometimes unbelievable emergencies. At first, some writers thought that would limit them, but instead they found the opposite. Real life turned out to be stranger than fiction, and many of the bizarre rescues seen on the show had actually happened. Number 2. A real paramedic pioneer guided the show. So, for the first 2 years, one of the show's most important technical advisors was Battalion Chief Jim Page, a real pioneer of the Los Angeles County Paramedic program. Alongside Dr. Michael Criley, he helped make sure the medical procedures shown on screen were accurate.
Rampart, the pulse is 100, respirations are 25. Stand by for BP.
The commitment to realism was so strong that some departments later used clips from the show as training material. Number 3. Jack Webb demanded accuracy. Co-creator Jack Webb, already famous for Dragnet and Adam 12, was obsessed with authenticity. So during production, the team realized a real ambulance interior was too cramped for actors and bulky TV cameras. So instead of faking it with a generic set, they built a custom rescue vehicle based on Los Angeles County Fire Department plans. It looked real because it was designed from the real thing. 4. The badges were the real deal. So the badges worn on the show were not simple props. They were genuine Los Angeles County Fire Department badges, which meant the production had to guard them carefully. At the end of every shooting day, crew members counted and collected each one to make sure none disappeared. And that tiny detail shows how far the show went to maintain authenticity. Number 5. The disasters were built to feel real. So when the script called for a major fire, explosion, or dangerous rescue, the production did not settle for cheap-looking effects. The special effects team created large-scale disasters that felt genuinely dangerous, and that realism became one of the show's signatures and helped make every emergency feel intense and also believable. Number 6. It helped popularize the Heimlich maneuver. Emergency didn't just entertain people, it also introduced viewers to new rescue methods. Early episodes showed an awkward anti-choking device called a choke saver, but as real-world procedures changed, the show changed too. It became one of the first major TV series to depict the Heimlich maneuver, helping expose millions of viewers to a technique that would later save countless lives. Number 7. Mark Spitz showed up. So the show attracted some impressive guest stars, but one of the most surprising was Olympic legend Mark Spitz. Not long after winning 7 gold medals at the 1972 Munich Olympics, Spitz appeared in a season 4 episode. For viewers at the time, it was a strange and memorable moment to suddenly see one of the most famous athletes in the world appear inside the world of Station 51. Number 8. John Travolta had an early role. So in the second episode of Season 2, titled The Kid, a young hiker falls from a cliff and needs to be rescued.
I'm not sure. We were hiking. I was quite a bit ahead of him. I heard him scream. I went back and looked all over the place for him, and then
That small role was played by an 18-year-old John Travolta in his first on-screen acting credit. Long before Welcome Back, Cotter, Saturday Night Fever, and Grease, Travolta was just another injured victim waiting for Johnny and Roy to save the day. Number 9. The show needed a warning label. So the medical scenes looked so convincing that some viewers actually tried the techniques themselves at home. And that became a real concern for the producers. Because people were copying what they saw on screen, the show eventually added a disclaimer, warning viewers not to attempt the procedures themselves and to leave emergency care to trained professionals. That's how realistic the series felt. Number 10. The actors trained for real. So, Randolph Mantooth and Kevin Tighe did not just memorize lines and fake their way through the part. To prepare, both actors attended actual paramedic training sessions and went on ride-alongs with real Los Angeles County crews. They never became certified paramedics, but their preparation was serious enough they could perform procedures with confidence and realism on camera. Number 11. Jim Page's influence was everywhere. Even beyond his official consultant role, Jim Page's influence shaped the show from the start. He was one of the central real-life figures behind the rise of modern EMS, and his guidance helped define how Johnny and Roy performed their jobs on screen. The series may have been fiction, but his medical heart came directly from the people building the real profession. Number 12. The Smithsonian honored the show. So in May 2000, memorabilia from Emergency was inducted into the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History. Items like the turnout coats, helmets, biophone, and defibrillator were accepted into the museum's public service collection. That was a huge honor because it recognized the show not just as entertainment, but as part of the story of emergency medical services in America. Number 13. It created a funny TV paradox. Emergency shared a universe with another Jack Webb series, Adam 12. Now, in the pilot movie, officers Pete Malloy and Jim Reed appear, linking the two shows together. But later, in the emergency episode Hang Up, Johnny Gage is shown watching Adam 12 on television. So, are the cops real people in the same universe, or fictional TV characters inside it? It's one of those classic continuity glitches fans still laugh about. Number 14. The real Station 51 was actually Station 127. So there was no real Station 51 in Los Angeles County when the show began, which is why the number was chosen. The firehouse used for the exterior shots was actually Los Angeles County Fire Department Station 127 in Carson, California. It is still active today, and over the years it has become a pilgrimage site for fans who want to see the real home of Squad 51. Number 15. The show helped change America. Now, this may be the most important fact of all. When Emergency premiered in 1972, paramedic programs were still new and rare in North America. The show introduced millions of viewers to the idea that specially trained emergency responders could deliver advanced medical care before a patient ever reached the hospital. Its popularity helped inspire communities across the country to support EMS programs of their own. Historians often credit Emergency as one of the biggest cultural forces in the growth of modern paramedic services in the United States. From rescues based on real incidents to its lasting impact on emergency medicine, Emergency was far more than a TV drama. It was a show built on realism, guided by experts, and powerful enough to influence the real world. It turned firehouses into landmarks, actors into ambassadors, and paramedics into national heroes. So what was your favourite rescue or most memorable moment from Emergency? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more looks back at classic television history. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.